today's vocabulary is going to be about trees, and this is a new kind of video. What I'm going to be doing is showing you a picture, and next to the picture there'll be 5 or 6 words. Then I would like you to pause the video and try and match the words to things in the picture, and hopefully you'll be able to do this. It's a good way of testing to see if you know the words, and then you can unpause it and listen to me explain the words, hopefully. So as I said, this video is about trees. So some of you may be sitting there going, bit of a bizarre topic. And indeed it is, but especially towards higher levels of English in the proficiency, the ECP exam, and in CPE, they love throwing in very specific vocabulary. And yeah, unless you've literally read, an article about trees, you're not really going to pick it up, are you? Well, of course, you can always watch these videos and learn things like that. So, without further ado, let's have a little look. Wow, that is a serious looking tree. So here are the words: tree trunk, branches, leaves or foliage, bark and roots. So hit pause, see if you can match them up. Okay, so they love these words in proficiency because when people think of a trunk, they either think of the American, the trunk of the car, which means the very back of the car, or as in an elephant and its trunk. Okay, so tree trunk is the main bit of the tree, the biggest bit, the bit that people kind of chop down. The branches, I'm sure we'll all know this one, and this tree has lots of branches. The other way you'll see this word used has got nothing to do with trees, and that is like a branch of a bank or of a company. The leaves or the foliage, so the leaves I'm sure a lot of you will know, but another way of saying leaves or foliage, up the very top of the tree. And in the rainforest you can even call this the canopy as well. Bark, yeah. All of you are thinking, oh, that's the noise a dog makes. Yes, bark, dogs do bark indeed, but also around the tree trunk, the skin, if you will, of the tree is also called the bark of the tree. And depending on the tree, they all have different kinds of bark. The roots, oh, we know this one, that's right. So under the tree, you have the roots. That is what keeps the soil bound together and keeps hopefully the tree upright. Without its roots. Alright, next bit. Oh, also we've got log. This is very interesting. So when you cut a branch or a thick piece of wood, maybe to put on a fire or something like this, it becomes a log. Yeah, so a log is a very big piece of wood. So if you've cut down a tree with a chainsaw, shame on you, first of all. But if you have, and you cut it into logs. Yeah, so again, you may have heard the word logger. These are the people, especially in the Amazon rainforest, shame on you, who cut down all the trees. Loggers or logging companies. And twig, these are the very thin pieces of wood that are around the tree. You might pick up all the twigs if you want to light a fire. Yeah, so at the end of a branch you have twigs, but they're not really twigs until they fall to the ground, as far as I'm aware. So again, if you're making a fire, first of all you'll collect lots of little twigs, light those because they catch fire very easily, and then you'll put bigger pieces of wood and finally logs on, because that's what's going to keep a fire burning. Next picture. Wow, a beautiful forest scene here, and have a close look at this picture. There's something seriously freaky in this picture. I'm not joking yet. It creeps me out. Oh! Anyway, here are your words. Not all of them are to do with trees. So press pause again. Alright, so at the very forefront of the picture, you will see a lovely little stream bubbling through the forest. Beautiful. The path, there we are. You walk along the forest path amongst the trees. Vegetation, there's lots of vegetation. You could have pretty much put this anywhere. I've just put it down here, but all of this green is lush vegetation, so it's all around you in a forest and greenery. So the last two words, evergreen and deciduous, are to do with certain species of tree. Okay, first of all, evergreen, really easy way to remember it, they are green all year round. They are evergreen, so like pine trees, like Christmas trees, this kind of thing. They don't lose their leaves. They are green all year round. And the opposite are the ones a lot of us are familiar with, deciduous trees. So they're the ones that, you know, their leaves come out in spring, and in autumn, or if you're American, the fall, all the leaves fall. So deciduous trees are usually fairly bare in the winter. Leafless, if you will. So if you haven't already found what's creepy in this picture, have a look at this. What is that? And I swear, this is just a picture that I found. If anybody knows what that is, I have no idea. It reminds me of the Blair Witch Project, if you've seen that. So thank you very much for watching this video. I'll leave you with this creepy looking image. I hope this has been useful, and if anyone can think of any other words or vocabulary that are to do with trees or forests or anything like that, send us a comment so people can read up and learn their vocab. Thank you very much for watching, and if you want even more nature vocabulary, I'm very passionate about nature and the environment. It's a big issue these days, very important. There are lots of vocabulary videos on the environment and also nature. The ones in white here are good if you're maybe B2 level for ECC and FC and things like this, whereas if you want the black series, they're the proficiency ones. Anyway guys, that's all for now. Bye.